Hey, it's your girl Misfit Trucking here. Just wanted to do an updated video. Last time I spoke with you guys, I was talking about me doing the last couple days with my husband over the road team driving. So now I am venturing into driveaways. So today was day one of orientation. So just gonna go over how that day was. And before we get started, people who want to leave negative comments, let me tell you something. There's something popping up on my screen. I am a newbie, still a newbie. I don't care if somebody's been driving a year, you're still a newbie, okay? So some of you may have been driving 10, 15, 20 years. Congratulations, okay? Haven't got there yet. So I am still learning. I'm in the process of still learning. There's so many different things between being a company driver versus an independent contractor. I didn't know that. I mean, I knew that, but I didn't know that. So now driving with my husband, he was the captain of the ship. I was the co-pilot type thing. And so he took care of all of that stuff. He knows all about it in detail. I'm hard-headed, you know. I'm like, I want to learn on my own. You do everything for me. Well, be careful what you ask for, because now, guess what? All right, so today was orientation day, day one. Booyah. Let's go over pricing for this company. I don't know if you're allowed to give out names or whatever, but anyways. So I want to do local right now. I want to get my feet wet and start off local. Local, for an example, is based out of Springfield, Ohio. I live 20 minutes from Springfield. So local will be from Springfield to Indiana. Driveaway, they do anything from tractor trailers, RVs, dump trucks. As the guy said, anything with four wheels, we'll drive it. Okay, so 0 to 24 miles pays $40. 25 miles to 124 miles pays $80. 125 to 274 miles pays $137. Anything beyond 275 miles goes into getting paid by the mile, which is 50 cents a mile. Now, that is for local stuff. I'm cool with that. I could probably do 2, maybe 3, depending on, you know, how far away, how many hours I have. I'm okay with that. You know, I know some of you guys say, well, that's stupid. Like, why would you want to drive, you know, and get paid that little bit of money? Well, the reason why I took this job anyway is just so that, you know, with the regular 9-to-5 job, you know, usually you have to build up vacation time. And, you know, my husband likes for me to, you know, go out on the road with him sometimes. And I can't do that with a regular 9-to-5 job. So this is a job where you can work whenever you want to work. You're just asked to commit to doing at least one load or one run a month. So this is why my husband pays all the bills. Thank you, God. It's a blessing. Hallelujah. So I'm just making a little bit of little pocket money for me. If I can make, you know, in the thousands, that's a plus, but it's not really like a big deal, I guess. You know, some people, you know, they don't have a choice. You know, they have to go out there and they have to grind and they have to work hard. So I really try not to take, you know, my blessings for granted. So I just had to put that out there because I know somebody's going to say something about why do I want to do local and it pays less. Now, I will tell you my reservations about going out over the road. Now, even with local, with this company, period, driveaways, you're responsible for finding your own way home. You're responsible for finding your way from one load to another. Now, with the local one from Springfield to Indiana, there's a free van that will pick you up in Indiana and drop you back off in Springfield where the main terminal is. That's right up my alley. Hello. Now, over the road. Now, if I'm all the way in freaking California, what's the example he gave me? He said, you take a load to California, paying $1,200 or whatever. And if that's the last load that you want to do, or you want to head back home, you know, you can hop on a plane, spend $200 for a plane ticket and go home. So you've made like $1,100 or whatever. But Again, I don't know if that's worth it. I've never done anything like this before. Another example, let's say St. Louis. Okay, you're in St. Louis, you've delivered a freaking tractor trailer. Now your next load is in Missouri or another part of, or Missouri or something like that or whatever, another part of Missouri or St. Louis. Now, and it's 2 hours away. Is it worth it to take that load and either pay an Uber, which is probably going to be out the yin yang, or rent a car, or, again, I don't know. These are some of the examples that were going over class. And I'm like, I don't understand. One, if you rent a car, how you going to get the car back? Okay, I don't understand that one. Hey, out there, if you know how, or if you've done it, please let me know. Uber, I already know, they said off rip, it's like, I think an hour drive with Uber is like $60. So that's almost $120. There is 2 people that he gave business cards for that will travel anywhere in the East Coast. An example, he was like, from, Springfield to Cleveland, he'll take you from Springfield to Cleveland for $100. And I'm like, okay, is that really a deal? First I'm going to see if I can find a load either to Cleveland or that's going to get me closer to Cleveland, than just driving paying somebody to drive 4 or 5 hours just butt naked, But anyways, so those are my concerns as far as the over the road. And you do have to have money to start out doing this because, and I know they say you get paid on a daily basis, like you get paid within 24 hours of dropping off of your paperwork. The guy said he's seen it as soon as getting paid as 15 minutes, within 15 or 20 minutes of turning in your paperwork on the little mobile app. Well, how I do, I don't go by what everybody else say. I always like to have a backup. So I would like to have at least a couple $100 in my pocket. Therefore, if something goes wrong and I can't pick up the load until the next day or something like that, I got money for hotel, food, all that good stuff. So I just don't want to depend on, I know they're going to pay me my money. And I know they have advancements and all that other stuff. I still like to have a plan B. So that is that part. Also, some of the stuff that they do is they take pictures. So which makes sense, you're picking up these either brand new or used vehicles and you're delivering them to these dealers. So you want to look over the entire, basically you're doing a pre-trip, but you're going to make notations of the minute dent, scratch, or whatever, and write it down and let these people know, like, okay, this was here when I picked it up. Then you're going to take a picture when you deliver it also. So that was that one. I'm like, okay. Then also, as far as DOT regulations, you have to have the reflective triangles or flares. So I have to go buy those. Okay. Walmart, I guess. I don't know. Let me see. What else? Transit signs. So the in-transit signs, they give you a license plate. It's out of Indiana. And I was freaking out because, I think it was me and another woman in the class were like newbies. Out of 13 people, me and her was the only new ones. Everybody else, they're registered with different other Driveaway companies. So they're like experts at this. So I have like all these notes written down because I'm asking people like, okay, what am I doing? What am I doing? Like they're talking about, different states require your license plate to be in the rear or in the front. And they're like, oh, Indiana and Oregon says rear, California says front, some of them say front and back. And I'm like, okay, I really don't understand. But with any new job, you don't know, you're new, and you just got to feel your way out. But the scary thing about this is trucking is just not like no regular job, you know? You can mess around and get a ticket because you don't have your tags, your license plate where it's supposed to be, or I mean, it's not like a regular job where you have like a lot of room for flub ups. Like you really don't, especially if you don't want nothing to go on your record or you don't want to get no tickets. So, purchasing a pre-pass for, I think they said they reimburse you for tolls and permits. I got the big old book that shows what permits that you have to buy. You know, some of them, they already have the permits in there. In other states, you have to buy the permit before you go into the state. I think Mexico was like one of them or whatever. So he was talking about automatic terminations, having a speeding ticket over 15 miles an hour, a seatbelt ticket, or a cell phone ticket, holding a held hand cell phone. Automatic termination, no ifs, ands, buts, don't pass go, you're out of here. He said an example was one of their employees, he had just won an award for like the Million Mile, driver award or whatever. And he's had no accidents, no none of that. So one day he's like driving down the street, and he's like, listening to his phone because I guess a lot of people use their phone for the GPS because they do RVs and the tractors or whatever. So I guess you really don't need a truck app. I don't know. Or GPS, Rally McNally. I think that's how you say it. But anyway, so he's like using his phone for the GPS and he's like driving down the street. So he's trying to listen to the directions and he put the phone to his ear and a state trooper was going in the opposite direction and he seen it and he swooped around, pulled him over, gave him a ticket. He was out of there. No ifs, ands, or buts. So, there's so many things to remember. Let's see. You have to do a check call every day. I guess that's just to let them know where you are. I guess with the new mobile app, they have like the GPS pings on there. So I guess you don't have to do the check call. But my butt being so anal, I'll probably do both. After every delivery, you need to get a release number and put it up at the top of your bill of lading. Let's see, the perform inspections. Basically doing a pre-trip, you check it at the shipper, 50 miles after leaving the shipper, and then every 150 miles or 3 hours thereafter, and at the consignee location. So, which is, I totally understand this because you're delivering this stuff, and if you take a picture and it's sparkling and all clean and new, and then when you drop it off, it's like got all type of scratches and nicks in it, you're like, okay, what happened? So if you stop periodically during your trip, you could take pictures and notations saying, hey, I was riding down the street, the highway or whatever, a rock must have kicked up from my wheel and chipped the paint. You never know. So let me see. Oh, call ahead and verify the date and time and the address of the shipper, and to verify, double check the VIN number. The VIN number of the vehicle must match the VIN number of on the bill of lading. So I'm trying to remember all this. Remember, this is day one and I'm like so tired. I'm supposed to be going to Zumba at 8 and it's 6 o'clock and I don't know if I'm going to make it because I want to go to sleep. Anyways, I just thought you guys wanted to know that. Maybe not, but I told you anyway. So that is all of the goodies for, you know what? I just figured out I had a list of questions that I wrote down to ask these people, and I forgot. I was just so overwhelmed with all of these questions. Like they have non-CDL vehicles, they have Class B vehicles, and I'm like, hey, I just need to make some local money. If I have a Class A, can I drive a non-CDL vehicle? It makes sense that you should be able to, but I don't know. Let me see, what other question? I said, how will I get from one delivery to another? But they've already answered that question. You're responsible for it. Dun, 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 dun. Did I say anything else? Vehicles are to be delivered within 1/8 tank of fuel unless instructed otherwise, and you will get charged for that. Like, they don't play. Fuel. They do Navistar. I think that's what it is. Is it Navistar? I think it's Navistar. So as far as trucks, they deliver Navistar trucks. So Navistar pays for all of the fuel. Like, you don't have to worry about any of that. They put it on the little card, or you have the little card and you just swipe it and go on about your business. All the other vehicles, the RVs or whatever, what they do is they give you a fuel surcharge. So I don't know what the fuel, I want to say 30 cents is the fuel surcharge maybe. So what they do, say example, they give you a fuel surcharge. It's an advancement on your money for fuel. Say they give you $300 and you only drive $200 worth of fuel, then whatever is left over goes on your paycheck or your settlement. So I guess that's a good thing. And that is another thing that is kind of scary, apart being of, an independent contractor. You have to learn how to calculate. And my husband taught me this like maybe 3 times, I think. I was half asleep on one of them. But anyways, so you have to learn how to calculate your miles according to like the distance in your miles and how much fuel you're going to need and all that other stuff. So it's just overwhelming. A lot of stuff to learn today. Tomorrow, I think we'll only be there for like 3 hours. But I think, you know what? I can't go to Zumba. I need to go to Walmart and to get these reflective triangles. So tomorrow, after I can, after the orientation, I can maybe just do a local load, but I can't do anything until I get those reflective triangles, because you're supposed to have that. And remembering to take all of that stuff with you, because you're delivering all these different trucks. So they just kept telling scenarios of people forgetting to take off their license plate, their assigned license plate, and they forget to take it off of the truck that they delivered. And so to replace that, I think is like $200. And then also, the reflective triangles, and they was telling horror stories of people snatching off license plate tags off of, like, why would you take a tag off of a truck? I don't understand it. That doesn't make sense to me. But anyways, I just wanted to give you guys an update. It's been about 3 weeks, I think, since I did a video, or 2 weeks I did a video with you guys. So that's what's been going on. That's my venture for the next couple of months. And you can also register with different Driveaways. I know there's Bennett Driveaway, there's Team Driveaway, there's Quality, and then there's Horizon. So we're going to see. We are going to see how this works. Say a prayer for your girl. I'm going to be positive about it. I'm going to be scared and positive at the same time, in that order. And we're just going to see how it goes. So I'm just going to go in there with a positive attitude and a smile, and try not to cry, because I am a big crybaby, especially if I get frustrated. But whatever. I'm a female. I ain't no dude. I'm emotional. So hopefully I will have good news for you guys tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. I'll probably do a video maybe 2 days out to get my feet wet and see how those loads go. So until then, stay happy, stay blessed, and I will talk to you later.